Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about EDC, and I'm going to show you guys what I EDC and explain why I EDC it. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First of all, I have these laid out kind of by where I wear them. So everything in this little section is worn on a belt. This here is left pocket, this is right pocket, and then we'll talk about where I wear all that later. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about my concealed carry weapon of choice. It's a Palmetto State micro dagger. I will say I own a Glock 43X, and it's a fine firearm, but this does some things that it doesn't, and that's why I chose it over it. For one, the 3-dot sights that come factory on it, I prefer that over Glock sights. For two, the grip fits my hand better than the 43X, and this points more naturally for me, and I shoot it better. So those are the reasons I carry this over the Glock 43X. But the 43X is still a fine firearm. You won't go wrong with getting a Glock 43X for your concealed carry. I carry the 15-round magazine that PSA sends out with the gun, and it's loaded with Norma defensive rounds. I've seen and heard good things about their performance, so that's why I went with Norma. I carry a backup Palmetto State 15-round magazine. I don't carry this because I think I'm going to need 31 rounds in a self-defense situation. I carry a backup magazine because if there's an issue with the firearm, more than likely it's with the magazine or ammunition. So being able to just drop the mag, put a fresh one in with a fresh line of ammunition, hopefully will fix my problem and get me back in the fight. So that's why I carry the backup mag. It's not for the round capacity, it's just because if I need different ammunition, if I'm having an ammo or magazine issue. My holster of choice. Holy cow. I catch all kinds of flack on discussion groups and stuff because I use a Phobos holster. I don't understand it. Like there's always some guy who is a expert, and he's talking about what garbage Phobos holsters are and all this kind of stuff. Man, I've carried Phobos holsters for years. When I first started getting into concealed carry and all that kind of stuff, I went through holsters from Blackhawk, MFT, Blade Tech. I don't even remember all of the different holsters I've tried over the years. Like everybody, I ended up with a drawer full of holsters that I no longer carry. And then I found these Phobos paddle holsters. They're the most comfortable holsters for me, which I know there's going to be some expert on here. Well, carrying is supposed to be comforting, not comfortable. Well, asshole, if it's not comfortable, you're going to start leaving it at home. You just will. You can type whatever you want to, but the truth is, if it digs in you all the time, eventually you'll quit wearing it. So, yeah, I carry Phobos holsters. This I wear on my belt next to the buckle in an appendix sort of fashion. So if you were standing facing me, it would be like that on the belt. That way, if I grab it with my right hand, it comes out in a reverse grip. But if I grab it with my left hand, it comes out in a standard grip. And seeing as how I'm a right-handed person, I'm more adept with my right hand. If I'm going to do reverse grip blade work, I want to do it with my right hand. And then if I have to do blade work with my left hand, I want it in a standard grip. So, pokey, cutty, just simple motions. And this is my answer to when people, because I wear an outside the waistband holster, and people are like, what are you going to do when somebody comes up and snatches your gun out of your holster? Which I just don't think that's as big a deal as people make it out to be. I don't think it happens as much as your what if fantasies would lead you to believe, but whatever. But that's my answer to that. I'm going to use my right hand to keep it in the holster. My left hand is going to draw that blade and see if I can't persuade that person to let go of my firearm. All right, moving on. Left pocket. This is my wallet. I took my driver's license out of this spot because I don't want my information all over the internet. But if you unzip this side, this is where my identifications and credit cards, debit cards, and all that go. And then on this side, this is where I keep my rosary because I am Catholic. So I like to keep my rosary over there. And it's a Chum's wallet. I don't know if I pointed that out. It's a Chum's wallet. So this was, by going to a wallet like this, I was able to put all of my wallet type stuff plus my rosary in one pretty small package. I wear this in my front left pocket. It doesn't dig. I put this side, the flat side, toward my leg so that the rosary doesn't dig into me, which it's not really a problem anyways, but, you know, just keeping it from it. The light that I carry is a Streamlight ProTac 2AX. Focus. There we go. So I did carry a smaller light than this, and I had an incident where there was a possibility that I was under threat, and the light that I was carrying did not have enough power to really reach out to the people that were I was trying to see, and so I went immediately after that situation. Thank God it worked out okay. I went to a bigger light. Another thing I like about this is the battery is USB-C chargeable, so it takes the same charger as my cell phone. So if I were to need to use, like, my get home bag, the charger that charges my cell phone, I can also charge my flashlight if it needs it, which this doesn't need a whole lot of charging. I usually, once a month or so, I'll take that battery out and charge it overnight. I've never had an issue with the thing not having power when I needed it to. So that's what I do for that. So then my right pocket, my multi-tool of choice. So this I don't use this for opening bags and boxes or, you know, trimming a fingernail or anything like that. That's what this is for. This is my utility. I love this Victorinox knife. I don't remember the model. I think it's a Romer or something like that. But anyways, it's got a lock. So it actually, the blade actually does lock, which I really like. And I really like this side lock that they come up with. It's really, it really works out well. I can do it one handed. I just take it and rub the blade against something to break it down, and then you can just use your finger to close it. The tools it has, I mean, if you've seen one of these, you've pretty much seen all of them, but it has really good tools. So it's a really good actual Phillips screwdriver head, the awl with the sewing hole, the can opener, the bottle opener with the flathead screwdriver, and then of course the toothpick and the metal tweezers. My absolute favorite utility knife slash multi-tool. And then if I'm going to be somewhere where I can listen to music, I take my J-Labs. I absolutely love these J-Lab. I went blank there for a second, sorry. I love these J-Lab earbuds. These things, they've got the thing that goes behind the ear, and that's far more comfortable for me to wear than the ones that stick in your ear and stay there through friction. Those things never stay put for me, and then like if I'm using them while I'm working, I always end up with like my ears being raw and irritated because I've been sliding those things in and out all day, whereas these don't do that to me. So in the little coin pocket or watch pocket or whatever, I've never really, I've heard different definitions for what that pocket's supposed to be for, but for that pocket, I put my Gerber dime. And really the only reason I carry the Gerber dime is for the pliers. like I said, the tools that are available on this, I have a better version of it on this. So I rarely pull this out unless I need the pliers. But at some point, I do want to upgrade this to a SOG power pint. But one thing I will say about this, when people do reviews on these Gerber dimes, I never really see anybody talk about it. I don't know if people don't realize it or not, but the Gerber dime actually does come with a pair of metal tweezers as well. And so, just something to know. I don't, like I said, I've never seen anybody pull those out during a review, but they do have them. So, that's nifty. And then, of course, so my cell phone is the one thing that kind of breaks the rule. If I'm up walking around, I keep it in my back pocket. And then when I go to sit down, I pull it out and either put it on the table or on the chair next to me, or, somewheres. If I'm in the truck, it goes in a phone holder and connects to a charger, so it stays charged up. But there's that. Then I have my smartwatch. I have a Galaxy, what is it, like Watch 4 Classic, I think is what that's called. And then my necklace, I just put it on some 550 cord. I know a lot of people get all goofy about that, but it is what it is. It's a chance I'm willing to take. And then it's a shield. There's a prayer on the back. It's been blessed by my priest, so I wear that for protection. And then on this arm, I have a bracelet from GTFO. This is a carbide bead, so you can take that and use it to pop glass, and it will break glass. And then that is a handcuff key. Turn that sideways. There we go. Now you can see the little tines on there to work the handcuff lock. And that is my EDC. So, I have one honorable mention. So, I just recently received this. And I'm trying to figure out where this fits into my life. So, I'm thinking I got to do some research and find out the legality of it, because I don't know if it's legal or not yet. I haven't looked. Like I said, I just got this a couple days ago in a box. So, I got to look some stuff up. But I'm thinking where this might come in handy is if I'm going to places where I don't necessarily want to have a gun and knife on my belt, or maybe I'm going to a place where you're not allowed to carry a gun and a knife. I don't know if you can carry OC spray in those areas, so I got to look some stuff up. But that's what I'm thinking this is going to be, or maybe on days where I just don't have time or don't want to mess with putting on a belt and all that stuff and putting all this stuff, I may just throw this in my pocket as a replacement. Is it as good? No, it's not. But, it is what it is. We take risks every day. So anyways, that's my honorable mention. Get in the comments. Tell me what you carry. Tell me what you think about my carry. And let's have a discussion. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.